Welcome back. I'm Laurel, and this is the second episode in the Earth Medicine series. In this video, we're going to demystify quantum healing and meditation by looking at them through the lens of physics and biology. Drop in the comments below if you started feeling really skeptical about this topic, and then by the end, you feel intellectually comfortable with it. I'd really like to know. And for all you advanced healers out there, please join in this conversation. If you appreciate this kind of content, be sure to hit like and subscribe because it really does help the video reach more people and broaden the conversation. Everything is energy. The premise of energy healing, also known as quantum or spontaneous healing, is based on the belief that diseased or hurting parts of our bodies, made of matter and energy, can be transformed instantly into one of three ways. 1, matter is converted into energy, which then leaves the body. 2, that matter can reorganize itself and restructure as a healthier version. Or 3, that energy can be collapsed into matter to repair or heal broken or missing parts. Everything in the universe is energy and vibration. Einstein's famous equation, energy equals mass times the speed of light squared, states, energy and matter are fundamentally the same and can be converted into one another. Matter is simply collapsed energy. An everyday example of matter to energy conversion is nuclear fusion, which powers the sun. And a man-made example is nuclear fission. Matter transformed, a natural example would be imaginal cells in a butterfly, and a man-made example would be what's called nuclear transmutation. An energy to matter example is photosynthesis, and a man-made example is particle accelerators that have been in use since the 1930s. And fast forward to 2014, and for the very first time, man collapsed energy into intentional forms at the London Imperial College Laboratories. Now that we've reviewed that matter to energy conversions happen every day, both naturally and man-made, the big question is, can we do this with just our bodies, for ourselves and for other people, without equipment? If you'd asked me this question 16 years ago, I would have said absolutely not. And then, one evening at a dinner party, I witnessed firsthand an emergency energy healing when there wasn't time to get to the hospital. Today, I'm a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner, certified, and I have been on both the receiving end and facilitating end of multiple quantum and spontaneous healings. If you're anything like me, you're skeptical and you want proof. You are watching footage taken in the Beijing Medicineless Hospital. It is of a person who, according to Western medicine, has an inoperable, terminal, cancerous bladder tumor. The patient is fully awake and believes in the process. The ultrasound technician is taking a real-time picture to keep on the left-hand side of the old-fashioned CTR screen. The black area is the empty space in the bladder, and the white lump is the tumor. The white curve is the physical floor of the bladder. The caption at the bottom is their chanting translated. On the right-hand side is the ultrasound monitoring real-time what is happening in the bladder. If you watch closely, you can compare the images and see what is changing in the tumor. These practitioners are using an energy healing technique called chi-lel. They have trained to move energy in their bodies in a meditative state and affect the energy in the patient in a deliberate and life-affirming way. Chanting words helps them stay in a meditative state, holding the energetic space where the tumor is already gone and the person is healed. It's important to understand that the chant is not a spell. It is simply a tool to help them stay in the right energetic state. They dissolved the tumor in totality in just over 2 minutes. This hospital treated 300,000 patients with a 95% cure rate, spanning 189 diseases and ailments. Case studies are documented in the book called 101 Miracles. The hospital was established in 1988 and closed in 2001 due to political reasons. Master Luke Chan, who filmed this video, was a practitioner there. And since its closing, he's continued to teach people and heal people. If you want to learn more or learn from him, I've linked his website with his course schedule below. How is what we saw possible? Let's break it down with some high-level groundwork on what physics and biology principles are at play. Meditation and quantum healing straddle three areas of physics: electromagnetism, biophysics, and quantum mechanics or quantum physics. Let's start here. Observer effect states the demonstrable fact that observing something, anything, necessarily changes it. Where attention goes, energy flows. Particle-wave duality. Everything in the physical universe is both matter and energy. Particle and wave. We are all physical and non-physical beings. Heisenberg's principle of uncertainty describes the phenomenon of attempting to map both the position and speed of a particle like an electron or photon. When you focus closely enough on one to measure it, the other one becomes more ambiguous, leaving the nature of particles in the realm of possibility. The way that the meditating healers converted the physical tumor into energy in the video clip is observed in the following quantum phenomenon in biophysics. We observe that certain electromagnetic frequencies influence biological cell activity, and these frequencies trigger the ions to cross the cell membrane, opening pathways for instantaneous cell regeneration, migration, and differentiation. In simple terms, cells can replicate, move where needed, and become entirely something else, instantly. The biophysics principle demonstrated here is called energy entrainment. This principle describes how separate systems synchronize into a coherent rhythm. The less frequency diversity there is in a system, the more energy it will conduct. Lower frequency waves will rise to match higher frequency waves. We've already reviewed that certain frequencies trigger spontaneous healing, and this leads us into the realm of electromagnetism. This studies the interactions between electrical and magnetic fields. Thoughts are electric, measured with an electroencephalogram or EEG. Emotions are electromagnetic and carry their information into our energy field, also called our toroidal field, measured with a magnetocardiograph or MCG. Every cell, chemical, and organ in our bodies has its very own measurable electromagnetic frequency. We use spectrometers to accurately measure and analyze the electromagnetic spectrum. We have measured gravity to gamma rays and found that spontaneous healing occurs in two bands of frequency. One is in the range of 0 to 100 Hz, with spontaneous cell regeneration happening between 7.5 and 15 Hz, and the other range is just below visible light, in infrared, between 300 and 400 gigahertz. The measuring unit of a hertz is the frequency at which the wave of a vibration crest passes a stationary point. We know all energy and matter have a unique vibration, and it is this vibration that influences matter's behavior and properties. This includes everything in our physical world: minerals, colors, sounds, the planet, our bodies, our thoughts, even our emotions. We also know that to energy entrain, to spontaneously heal, we need as few frequencies in our body as possible, because the less diversity in a system, the more easily entrainment can happen. Let's take a look at what's creating the frequencies in our body and how we can reduce them. Our bodies are a collection of hundreds of frequencies that make up our measured 5 Hz average resonance frequency, known as an ARF. Every cell and electric current in your body has a frequency. Our muscles, bones, thoughts, and emotions all have their own. We use MRIs to visually map and measure our neurological system and chemistry, including the chemicals the brain produces that alter our physical state and emotions. This technology allows us to watch brain and emotional activity related to meditation and quantum healing of both the healed and the healer. Electromyography, or EMG, can further map and measure changes to muscles and neurology. We have mapped 60 distinct chemicals that the limbic system produces. they are released in a specific recipe that we experience as emotions. Every emotion has a specific cocktail with a specific frequency. Emotions that are strengthened or weakened by thoughts govern the strength and frequency of our electromagnetic field, which directly affects our ability to energy entrain with healing frequencies. MCG scans show the organ of our heart generates the strongest field around our bodies and measures 60 times as powerful as the brain. It weakens and strengthens depending on what emotions we are experiencing, which are governed by thoughts, both conscious and subconscious. Cohering our heart and brain is the first step to reducing the number of different frequencies and raising our average. When we cohere our heart and brain waves, it is called heart-brain coherence. This is a state where the heart and brain connect with 1 hertz of bioenergy and trigger the hypothalamus and pituitary glands to release 1,300 biochemical reactions, including healing chemicals and anti-aging hormones that will swirl in our bloodstream for 6 hours. The human ability to produce an internal pharmacy on demand is called psychoneuroimmunology. This is the biological function that creates the placebo effect. If you'd like to experience it for yourself, I offer both a 10 and 30-minute heart-brain coherence meditation on my YouTube channel. I'll link them below. The placebo effect is a simple example of how we affect matter with our minds. Electromagnetic energy directly affects our emotions because it affects the polarity of the molecules that are the emotional chemicals, causing them to cluster and get ready to be used, or to separate and wait to be used later, depending on each one's charge. Because we are both electric and magnetic, each one of our 30 to 50 trillion cells generates on average 1 watt of power. This means your body always holds 30 to 50 trillion watts of biological energy potential at any given moment. We have the potential to harness this and direct it into the parts of the body we wish to heal. Electromagnetic frequency doesn't just alter our emotional chemicals, it alters all chemicals, and the physical human body is 99% chemical. The first step to learning and practicing this ability is understanding your emotions. Let's break down the anatomy of an emotional reaction step by step. Our brain is in a quiet chamber, our skull, and receives sensory signals through the body's 5 senses and energy field. These signals are the outcome of a change either in the world or in the body. It's important to note here that the brain doesn't know what the changes are, it's only receiving the outcomes. The limbic system signals the hypothalamus gland to release a corresponding chemical cocktail to assist the body in its reaction to these changes or outcomes. The body experiences these chemicals as emotions. It's important to note our emotions only ever reflect how we subconsciously feel about ourselves in the moment, about the perceived changes. The base emotion is magnetic and triggers thoughts which are electric and generated through the electrical filter of the brain's operating system, which is a record of all previous experiences that then produces feelings. Feelings are a property of an emotional instance. Feelings are the result of the brain's interpretation of what is occurring based on all of our past experiences, successes, triggers, biases, and traumas, which is most likely not an accurate interpretation of what's actually occurring. The brain is guessing. It's telling us a story of what's happening inside of the body, about its best guess of what's happening in the world. And this partially accurate interpretation of reality that everyone experiences is what scientists and philosophers call the reverse inference problem. The more that partially inaccurate negative reactions occur that are not dealt with in real time, the more it builds up a neurological residue. This is what we call trauma or energy blockages. The body stores them for us until we are ready to heal them. They have their own specific frequencies, which are a component of a person's ARF and tend to be low in nature, bringing our ARF down. This is why it's harder for some to experience deep feelings of joy, compassion, and gratitude throughout the day. their bodies have forgotten what the frequency feels like because their thought patterns keep them in a thought reaction pattern not too far away from the frequency of the trauma. Neuroplasticity is our ability to rewire our brain and thought patterns. It's the brain's ability to reorganize its structure. Meditation is the fastest path to rewiring. It clears the mind and helps us clear the unhelpful filters, PTSD, depression, anxiety, triggers, traumas in the neural network, as well as heal the physical body by triggering the brain to produce different chemicals. Stress, anger, fear, and sadness, these chemical cocktails break the body down and, left to be produced indefinitely, create disease, cancer, and other chronic illnesses. Just as we can heal ourselves with positive thinking, so can we kill ourselves with negative thinking. Just like everything else, meditation is on a spectrum. There are many different types, each with specific and unique healing properties. In Chapter 5, I've organized a few examples based on brainwave states. Because our emotions are driven by both our conscious and subconscious thought patterns, we must clean up our neural pathways in both. Meditation facilitates this in each brainwave state. Electrical and electromagnetic waves are both measured in hertz, even though they are two different types of waves. Electrical waves are not part of the electromagnetic spectrum. They are two different types. However, they do energy entrain. As we see in meditation, experiencing joy or gratitude, energy healing, and other vibrational healing methods like sound or stone medicine. There are 5 brainwave states. Beta is our conscious, alert, problem-solving mind, measuring in the range of 12.5 to 30 hertz. In this state, habitual thinking directly causes feelings and produces either healing or damaging emotional chemicals. Alpha is our relaxed, conscious mind, measuring between 8 and 12 hertz, present when our eyes are closed or taking something in, like learning, a massage, or daydreaming. It is a state of calmness. Theta is a light subconscious state measuring between 4 and 8 hertz. It is between wakefulness and sleep, linked to intuition, emotional processing, deep relaxation, or introspection. Delta is a deep subconscious dream state measuring at 0.5 to 4 hertz. It is responsible for memory consolidation and restorative and healing sleep. Gamma is not associated with conscious or subconscious. It's the highest frequency measuring 30 to 100 hertz. It is a state of REM sleep and superlearning, moments of sudden deep understanding and spontaneous creativity. Different types of meditation are effective in different brainwave states. Here's a few examples and what they do. Mindfulness meditation offers multiple ways to practice becoming the observer of your thoughts instead of the thinker of your thoughts. This is helpful in identifying what doesn't serve you and actively choosing different life-affirming thoughts and emotional chemicals. A Harvard study shows MRI results for 30 days of mindfulness meditation practiced 20 minutes a day changed steady-state brain chemistry from anxiety to neutrality. Mantras, or repeated affirmations, keep the mind focused on healing thoughts, training it not to drift, and establishing discipline in your thought life and emotional chemical production. Breathwork meditations, although effective for different reasons in multiple brainwave states, are effective in beta by keeping your attention external to thinking, keeping the mind clear, and regulating your nervous system and emotional chemical production. Gratitude practice. Taking 10 minutes a day to achieve the emotion of gratitude brings your body into heart-brain coherence. Deeper states of mindfulness meditations with eyes closed. Deeper states of breathwork, including DMT release. Guided visualization allows your body to begin memorizing new states of being, enabling quicker recall with practice over time. Yoga Nidra is a meditation practice that guides your attention and biological energy around your physical body. to develop energetic control, healing, and mind-clearing ability. 95% of our behaviors and decision-making is governed by our subconscious mind. Consciously reprogramming our subconscious is the fastest path to healing. Hypnosis. Whether you are practicing self-hypnosis through guided hypnosis meditations or working with a practitioner, what you are listening to or interacting with directly begins reprogramming your subconscious. Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique, or QHHT. This is the method I am certified in. It allows you to consciously reprogram your subconscious and be guided into a state of spontaneous healing. Recorded mantras and meditations. Listening to these as you are falling asleep directly programs your subconscious in the theta state as you slip into delta just before you fall asleep each night. There are dozens more examples of meditation styles that allow you to energy entrain, from sound bathing to stone medicine, from Reiki to chi-lel, in which we saw the bladder tumor dissolve. I offer a self-guided meditation masterclass that guides you from the basics and fundamentals of mindfulness meditation all the way through to be able to run energy intentionally through your body to heal yourself. I also offer dozens of different meditations on my YouTube channel in different styles, and I offer private sessions for quantum healing hypnosis technique. Wherever you are on your journey in this topic, I really hope that you found this episode of Demystifying It helpful. Join me in the next episode of the Earth Medicine series, where we will explore vibrational medicine. I'll see you there.